we got next? Let's talk about big news. We'll go dive into the Sony Marvel verse, keeping with Marvel a little bit. So they announced today Aaron Taylor Johnson is Kraven the Hunter. And the movie comes out January 13th, 2023. They got a release date. So what do you guys think about the casting? Does everyone know who Aaron Taylor Johnson is? He's Quicksilver.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was
That's why I'm shaking my
Kick-Ass.
head.
And he was in Godzilla.
Yep. That's why I'm shaking my head.
Not a fan of the casting then.
No. I mean, this is where those big burly fellas like a Dave Bautista or something could have really filled in a good gap. Like when I think of Kraven, I think of a big burly fella, not a, and again, it's the same thing that I felt when whatchamajigger was cast as Luthor, as Lex Luthor.
Well, that was
Eisenberg or whatever. Like, okay, you're playing with a different type of person here. And second of all, huge fan of Quicksilver. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's and I know it's Sony. I know it's not. It is Marvel Universe, but I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't think Feige's involved.
How do you explain that?
Kraven.
Well, but how are you gonna explain that? Like
well,
in my mind,
I mean
that's
they are somewhat related.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious to take someone from the same universe and put them in a different character. I know they did it with.
It was pretty successful once.
I know they did it really well with Steve Rogers and that guy.
Well, I mean, and to be fair though, Quicksilver was, whether you love the character or not, I mean, he was not memorable in Age of Ultron.
No, and he wasn't in it very long.
No, I mean his memory. You remember him that he died. That's basically all you remember.
Yep.
So, I mean,
he's also
he performed well as Quicksilver or not.
He's also a driving force for Wanda. I mean, look how many times that he has triggered Wanda in the show, and talking about it in the Avengers movies.
That's his legacy in the MCU is that he's dead. That's what that's his plot. That's his contribution to the MCU. I think it was a mistake to kill Quicksilver. I think there's way too many cool stories to have had with him, with his mental instability and kind of turning villain. He turned flat out villain for a while, and but there's only so many movies and TV shows you can make. But so I mean, I think Aaron Taylor Johnson has some potential. Apparently, he's in a movie called Bullet Train with Brad Pitt that's coming out, and they saw his performance in that and wanted to hire him on the spot based on that. So I think he has potential. I mean, he can be a pretty big guy. I think he's going to pump up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't hate the casting. But when you hear, you could have had Keanu Reeves. Ugh. Yeah.
I mean, they got to be careful with that though. Like Keanu Reeves is not a young pup. So
he's not. No. Kraven's really not a young guy. Kraven though in the comics is not like a 20-something-year-old. He's an older guy. He's like he really should be portrayed as Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter, but bad. You know, but an a-hole.
He's Deathstroke. He's Marvel's Deathstroke in essence, kind of.
I just think you got to be real careful though, because if they're, in my opinion, with this hiring, it's also showing you they're planning on more. They're not. This isn't going to be a one and done, or they would have hired an older guy. So they're planning on 5+ years with this character, in my opinion.
Well, and I'm weird about it. I don't really get excited about full-on villain movies.
Mm.
Like, I mean, Venom is not a full-on villain. He's been an
Joker.
anti-hero for years. Well, yeah, again, I was not excited about a Joker movie.
But it worked.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
I don't want to see a Joker movie. I don't freaking care about the Joker. I don't want to see a movie about him. But again, I'm probably in the minority. I don't enjoy villain movies. I want to see anti-hero or hero movies and then have the cool villains in the movie. So it's like, why the hell are we having a Kraven the Hunter movie? At least I get Morbius, he's an anti-hero. Venom's an anti-hero. Black Cat's an anti-hero. Kraven the Hunter, what? He's not even one of Spider-Man's better villains, in my opinion, but whatever.
Well, and this is the same sentiment that Peter had. He said, not a fan of the villain. Either Kraven never did anything for me.
No, he had that one storyline, Death of the Hunter or whatever it was with Mike Zeck on art back in the late 80s that was a big deal. But before that and since, weak villain for me. But we'll see. I
So
mean,
this is another chance that they're taking. And I know, I
oh,
mean,
I mean, Marvel-
Sony is in on it, but Marvel is going to do a lot with it.
I think Marvel's like, look, we can't stop you from doing it, so we'll try to make the best of it. This was not a movie that Feige would make.
Okay.
I mean, this is Sony just going in and saying, "Oh, we're gonna share Spidey with you, but we're gonna go milk every other turd in your treasure chest there and make a movie out of it." So,
Interesting.
except for Spider-Woman.
If you have enjoyed what you have watched, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you check out our other videos. Thank you.